everyone. I can't tell you how good it is to have all of us under the same roof again. And Brian, welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I wish it could be for the whole weekend.
Oh, where you guys headed?
Oh, it's just him.
Oh.
Yeah, no, my family's got a place up in Vermont, so we always get together this time of year. You know, ski, hang out by the fireplace, stuff like that.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah, you know, in the snow, and I just don't really get along, do we?
Could have fooled me.
And Brian and I are going to Hawaii the day after Christmas.
Oh, you have to stay at the Four Seasons in Maui. Honeymoon suite.
And which honeymoon was that?
My next one.
So Lance, y'all making the playoffs this year or what?
Oh yeah, that Atlanta D is pretty tough.
It is tough, but we will definitely make the playoffs.
Okay, all right. And what about that rushing record? How many more yards is it to go?
Really? We're going to talk about football all night?
Oh, I am so sorry, Shelby. Please, fill us all in on the scintillating world of mudslinging housewives.
Scintillating. Such a big word.
It's just like the TV show.
176
What?
yards for the record. Right, Lance?
What? 176.
Yeah. You remember your first pro yards?
Okay, I'll just leave.
Well, why don't you hop on that broom and fly back out the window?
Quentin.
So, Merch, how's the fundraising going?
Oh, yeah, we ran into a snag this week.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it Elliot?
Yeah, he's not contributing this year.
Elliot Gibson, the philanthropist. Isn't he a bit of a morality nut?
Yeah. That's him.
Oh, God. Well, did he say why?
The hell with him, man. We got you. What's his usual contribution?
$2 million.
Oh, hell no.
Well, Merch, listen, if you need anything, man, just
Oh, no.
You sure about that?
You guys have done more than enough. Thanks. I can handle this.
Listen, I have a fabulous weekend planned, and after dessert, it's pajama time.
You know I like to sleep naked.
Oh, God.
So about those yards, Lance. You remember your first...
I'm sorry. Can I trouble you with the bathroom?
Of course. Lance, could you?
Look at her. That waddle brings back nightmares. All of you men need to do your wives a favor and get snipped.
Jesus.
Wow. You too, Robin Thicke? Yeah, I said it. Mia, do you have some Prosecco? Where are those people? Hello, excuse me?
Ladies and gents in Cyberland, coming back to you with another film review. This time we're on the sequel to The Best Man. The Best Man Holiday. So I gotta be honest, I never thought this would happen. I was like, over the years, I really loved the first film. And then when they said the second film was coming, I was totally like, whoa! Like, I was completely shocked that not only were they making a second film, but they were able to get the whole damn cast back together. I was just... couldn't believe it. And they did. In this film, it doesn't say where it picks up, but it's gotta be at least, I would say, 6 to 8 years after the first one. And for the most part, Quentin has kind of found his vice. Murch married Candace, who we met towards the end of the first film. and they have a school for a private school for adolescents, for kids. Harper became a successful writer. Of course, he married Robin, and now all the names are coming to me right now. And he married Robin, and she's been doing great with her culinary arts and being, a person who does food catering and stuff. She's been doing great. And then, of course, Lance is still playing football, and Mia is, being a full-time mom and holding the fort with Lance and keeping him in check and such. And then Nia Long's character, now it's just like her name escapes me. God, I don't have a brain for this. She is a successful businesswoman. So, it's been interesting. However, this film was more somber and dark compared to the first film for sure. There was certain things that happened in the first film. For those who haven't seen it, you should watch it before you watch this. Those things have not been resolved, and not only have they not been resolved, but things have gotten worse because of it. The relationships have been really fractured, and it shows in this film, especially between Lance and Harper. It wasn't disturbing, but it was really just like, it just wasn't a good environment. And for the most part, it's a holiday film, kind of like Christmas is going on and stuff. And everybody, for the most part, is doing well as it appears. But in actuality, Lance and Robin are having not only marriage problems, financial problems as well. Mia and Lance are having problems, but theirs are probably the worst of the group. Murch and Candace are having financial issues, but not on them, more so with the school, and the drama surrounding why that is also kind of like, the elephant in the room kind of thing, especially with Shelby knowing about it and, feeling some type of way since her and Murch broke up, or he dumped her and she's still feeling some type of way about it after all these years. And Quentin, for the most part, he's not going through anything. It's almost like Quentin kind of came up like the low-key villain in the first film, but in the second film, he's more so the one with wisdom and guidance. And the way it comes off in this film, besides him being the comedic one of the group, really making things hilarious at times, he's the one that is the voice of reason this time around, which I really thought was cool. He's not the same person he was in the first film. He not only is trying to have an ear for the other guys, but also trying to be very understanding and setting things right with all of them one at a time, when based on certain reactions or certain incidents that are going on. I felt this film was better than the first, definitely. I really enjoyed this film. I give it a 9.5 out of 10 yes sirs. The pace was good. The interaction between the characters was great. I also like the fact that it not only focused on the men having their time, but it also focused on the women, which the first film really didn't do as much. So I like the fact that the women in the film got a lot more screen time with their views and their points and how they feel about things. I like that it was very cohesive this time around as opposed to what the first film was. It wasn't denigrating the males, but it definitely wasn't denigrating the females in the film either. And I like the fact that they both had their point of views about the opposite sex, and about not only the opposite sex, but their spouse as well. They had their points of view, and it wasn't like the information was being given to the other side. It was kind of like, we're having our moment, we're having our time with each other, talking about it, and the women are having their time, and it's very separated. And I like the fact that it was that. And then also when it came to the kids were in the film, but at the same time, the kids had their moment, had their time, and had their place in the film. It wasn't a situation where they were being forced into the film. It made sense, okay, during the day, activities, the kids are going to be around in scenes, got it. But during late dinners, the kids have already eaten, they're kind of off doing their thing. They're not involved with the adult conversation, which I thought was good. There was a lot of it was a lot of respect and a lot of how things really should be. It reminded me really of my family, you know, when my mom and my aunts and uncles, my grandparents would be in a certain section. The rest of us, the young kids, we would pretty much be in another room. We would be outside, or, you know, we would just be separated because at the end of the day, we were kids and these are adults, and these are adult conversations that we don't need to be privy to. That's grown people's business kind of thing. And I like that they put that in here, because a lot of times now that's not always the case, or they try to show films where kids should be interacting with the adults when it's like you're not on that level. Even to this day, when I interact with my mom's husband, that is the guy thing where the guys are having a talk. But at the same time, there's times where the adults, it'll be my mom and a couple and her group of friends that are older. Even though I am an adult, I have my own kids, I get the hell out of the room, because what are we going to talk about? You know, outside of me saying things that they may not have caught on to, maybe something political or something about a film, a lot of the time I exit stage left, because at a certain point I don't need to know certain things, and there's just that gap. So it was interesting. As far as the pacing of the film was great. As far as the scenarios that were going on, it was great. It was just a sadder film and bittersweet. But definitely, if you saw the first one, watch the second one, you'll enjoy it. It was a lot more funny too compared to the first one. I would say that too. And not much else about it. I like the fact that not only is it a holiday film, you can watch it during the holidays, but it's a good film regardless. Like, you could watch it any time of the year. Watch the first and second one back to back. It's just that great of a film. So yeah, with that being said, I will catch you guys on the next one.